tell me 10 years ago, you got to do what your community, like what grabs your community. Don't try to copy off of New York or Miami. And so what happened is on my journey, when it comes to putting a fashion show together here in the Valley, I have had so many people tell me, if I did it, I'd do it like this. Oh, that was not the way she did it. Like my recent show was a very small show, right? I actually let someone, who's a mentor under me, who's now doing his own thing, which is Elijah Daquan. He's also doing music with me. He's working with us. I let him go ahead and do his first fashion show, like on his own through my brand, because I'm slowly going to be stepping to the side. I wanted to see if it was possible for 10 years.
That was good.
He did. That was all him.
We had a blast.
That was nice.
Yep, we had a blast.
And it was like basically like his first production for 4 days. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot
to do it. I just kind of like, normally I'm fully involved when we do it at the Renaissance and all those fancy venues, and then we do it. That's all me. And it's like sometimes in the last couple years in the beginning, I had great people that were working with me on my team. I have some great people. They didn't stick with it because they were like burned out after the first one fashion weeks, one season. They're like, oh, I can't do this, girl. I don't know how you do it. I'm like, listen,
you've been doing this for 8 seasons, right?
Oh yes, we just did our last 9th season that we just wrapped up in August, and I was like, wow, it's supposed to be more seasons than that, but the pandemic, we took a break. And like even with that, when the pandemic happened in 2020, so that was in March. I had just gave birth that weekend that the pandemic came out, and I had just gave birth, and every time I give birth, people are looking at me like I'm a superwoman. Like the second fashion week, I was just pregnant, about to pop. They had the ambulance outside. People like, nobody asked me, did I want any water? They're like, I feel like this could be a little bit better than this. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
No empathy.
No,
nothing. That happens a lot to me.
They don't care.
Believe it.
It's brutal.
I know the feeling, just producing stuff, and it's just like, man, like no one thought about that, or no one cares about
cup of water, nothing.
Things.
Nope.
And I gotta give thanks to, like, there's people now since I had the store in Palmer Park Mall, there's a few people that have come in, like I'm gonna name drop somebody. I'll use somebody. I'm gonna shout her out. Suki, she's a business owner. She has a cafe in like in Mays. You know Suki?
Yeah, we rock with Suki.
Suki,
get fit with Suki.
Yes, get fit with Suki. Exactly. She's one of those people that were like, it's her and Officer Jackie and a few other people. I'm shouting them out because their daughters are young and they're modeling with us. Oh, yeah. And their mothers have been like making sure that I'm hydrated, fed, and it's so dynamic. It took 10 years for me to feel that. You know what I mean? She's like, girl, I take care of you. She's giving me the drink.
Real
Did
quick.
you eat? Carol B from she has the sneakers, the custom sneakers, twice as hard.
Yeah,
twice as
those.
hard. That's like, she makes
fire.
sure I'm good. There's a lot of people, but I had to do a little shameless little plug on their businesses.
Nah, we love that.
She got
We love it. We love it for the small and local businesses.
Yeah.
Now, if you were shouting out some places I ain't gonna name, that are big, then it's like, y'all don't deserve
Absolutely.
that.
You're like, how much, Cyrie? We gonna talk to you off camera.
Yep.
But they're in my tribe, and the reason why I mention them is because they're also promoting my music. They're the ones promoting it, and but as far as to get back to what you were asking about production, it's just that it's a lot of parts that people don't understand when it comes to doing a fashion show. You're dealing with the designers, you're dealing with the makeup artists, you're dealing with the hairstylists, you're dealing with the models. Picture this: when I first came to the Valley, half of the models, when I would do a casting call, they didn't know how to walk.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I didn't sign up for that.
Yeah.
I thought I'm from down south. I'm from New Jersey and New York. The models know how to walk already.
Right.
Already.
So I went in blinded, and I thought that, okay, I'm gonna put a casting call together, and the models gonna line up. They all came in, and they couldn't walk.
Social media cute.
Oh, they were social media cute.
Yeah. They don't know that whole runway part.
They
is
were
so much different than just selfie. Like, nah.
They went from looking like a baddie to looking like a hot mess.
And it's funny because also in the last episode with Jacinth, we were just talking about that. Even with acting, learning how to act and learning how to listen to the cues, learning how to walk. If you're a model, that part is so important.
That part.
And the thing that I like what you mentioned as well is the fact that even after 10 years, there's that saying that it takes about like 10 years to master your craft or really become a master.
10,000 hours.
A lot of hard work.
Hours.
10 years to become an overnight success.
Yep.
That's another one. Yeah.
And so like no one really knows what goes into the fashion event or just any event in general, how much it takes to just organized, and then those little details. But you went through it, and on top of that, another interesting part that I thought is the fact that a lot of the times in Lehigh Valley is still like, I feel like it doesn't create its own culture. It thrives off of either New York,
I'll put it like that.
Culture.
I'll put it like that because I don't want to get caught up.
Me neither.
And putting that out there no more. I feel like people like we're showcasing along with us. We're literally in the middle of a Lehigh Valley Renaissance.
You got it.
We are literally creating, crafting, and curating the culture in such a positive vibe that I feel like events like Fashion Week, us doing Empower 610 Day. We got Innistar coming up. Movement Moves Media producing Reggae Fest, the Hip Hop Awards, and all these other things.
Name it. Okay.
We're literally in the middle of a renaissance that 100 years from now, niggas is going to be talking about. I wish I'd have been around for that.
And that's what I was
Nigga, I was in that.
And that's what I get to, because we're in the tri-state like melting pot.
We are.
All those cultures are coming together, and then eventually
they move out here too.
Yeah, and we're creating our own culture, and we're creating our own movement as well.
How much money been coming down here, dog? We're downtown, $1 billion was invested in this. I need some.
I need a little taste.
Who's out
Where's
there?
the money at?
Send me a milli. I'll turn it into 100 quickly.
I'm telling you.
I promise you.
I was just telling somebody else. You know what motivated me to start Lehigh Valley Fashion Week? Honestly, I was Googling. I think was Google out. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I was YouTubing. Something came up, a PBS story about the Lehigh Valley. Did you ever watch that for the Hesses, the history of the Hesses, and how the women are walking like they're from Paris?
Yep.
They said down this area right here, this very area.
Right here where we're at.
Right
One store
now.
here,
Historic.
one on 9th.
I didn't even
This
know
was
that.
the mecca of fashion.
This is a big store.
The mecca of fashion. People were coming from Paris. Oh my gosh, all over in the early 1900s.
Wow.
That's amazing.
We're here restoring the feeling.
Absolutely. That's what I said. Like the America's Hotel, right? That was a landmark.
And history.
Oh my goodness. So that's what motivated me to start Lehigh Valley Fashion Week. That documentary. I said, God dang it, let me get up and go Google something real
Do your
quick.
thing.
And I looked up, I said, Lehigh Valley Fashion Week. And it was available. I went to the trademark, like, it's available. But Bethlehem, there was a Bethlehem Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't ever get a chance to meet anyone from that brand. I think they stopped it or put it on pause. I'm not too sure. I couldn't really speak on it.
Yeah.
But I just was like so thankful. And but like I said, the number one the part that I've had, the trials, was basically training the models and being critiqued and criticized for the type of models that I allow in the showcases. You know, we are in inclusive fashion week, and so we were definitely open to having plus size models. 10 years ago when we did it, they killed it, but it was hard to keep the consistency of the plus size model because of when you're a plus size model, you still have to be tailored and put together well. And
That's a
so,
fact.
Yeah, that's really hard. And then we were dealing with petite models, girls who weren't 5'9", little shorties, but you still got to be put together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so the last show that we just did was pretty much more an inclusive show based off of who Elijah and the others selected. And I just enjoyed watching someone finally run it.